Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. And we are here for Away End Podcast, episode 2. Some of you might know, some of you might have not known. But me and Carl from Football Seas, who is a Manchester United fan, has started working together on this podcast. Episode 1, we did do on his channel, and we will be switching it from 1 week on my channel, 1 week on his channel. So, yeah, that is the plan. And yeah, then we go forward with that. But let's welcome him into the stream. It is Carl from Football of Seas. Yes, Carl now.
Yo, big up Hano, big up the chat, and big up to every Chelsea fan who has had a rough season. I have a bucket, have a cup for your tears, and this is time for therapy. It is time
Okay, yeah.
to experience how it feels to play one game a week next season.
Yeah, of course, you will know a lot about that because your team was playing one game a week football since October after you guys got slapped up by Grimsby FC in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, it's
So yeah, unfortunately, it is a bit more harder to play 4 competitions, play 60 games a season than 40. Imagine you play 40 games a season. That'd be nice. That'd be easy.
yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. Good afternoon, Mohadin. I'm good. Hopefully you're good as well. So yeah, let's start off with the therapy. Like you mentioned, Chelsea had an absolute horrendous season. Um, yeah. So how many managers did we have? So we had Enzo Maresca, we had Liam Rossinia,
Yeah,
we had Callum McFarlane, and we had someone else, I think, as well. We had like
it was,
five full
it was
managers.
Liam. You have talked about Liam. It was
Yeah,
Enzo. It was Enzo, Liam, and that under 21 guy.
Callum McFarlane.
Yeah, so it was those three. And
Okay, only
it's,
three. Okay. Thought it was worse than that.
it is a record low, but you have paid them a lot of money though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, Enzo Maresca, of course, or left in and around New Year's, December, after being on a terrible run with Chelsea. We were like 7 games losing streak, and then he left. But I understand his circumstances. Then he got Mr. Liam Rossinia saying, okay, Mr. Man Age, we aging men.
yeah.
Shout out to Liam Rossinia. Then Callum McFarlane was just there to see out the season. Really, unfortunately, he couldn't do a great job of that because it did lead to us finishing outside of Europe. But
It, it,
yeah,
it, it was already confirmed by the time we sacked Liam. So
yeah. By the time we
yeah,
sacked Liam Rossinia, it was pretty much decided that we might not get Europe,
no, it
but it
was
was
ninety
still a
percent
chance.
confirmed. No, it
Yeah,
was ninety
80%.
percent
It was
confirmed.
yeah,
Yeah,
20% chance we can get into Europe. Just won a few games, but we couldn't couldn't win games.
even
But
Sutherland,
yeah,
simple Sutherland.
I think coming into the season, I was I was confident in if we make the right signings, we can challenge for the top 2 spots. But we didn't make the right signings. Once again, we didn't sign an experienced centre back. We signed João Pedro. We signed Alejandro Garnacho, unfortunately. We signed Jamie Gittins, both them for 90 million, which is an absolute atrocity. signing both Jamie Giddens and Alejandro Garnacho for 90 million together. Who else did we sign? We basically just then Liam Delap. I thought he would do much better than he did. He is an absolute waste of space, Liam Delap. And yeah, may go back to Ipswich and the Championship as soon as possible because I initially thought that was a really good signing, but it turns out it's not a good signing, Liam Delap.
And thank God we didn't sign him. Wow.
Yeah, you guys got Sesko, which is the better deal. Plus, we got João Pedro as well. Shout out to JP. 20 goals this season, I think he got, or close to that. João
But
Pedro.
it's sad. It's sad the man was told to stay at home while injury while one leg Neymar
18 goals.
goes to the World Cup.
Hmm? Oh, yeah,
No,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
was hard on João Pedro, yeah. For him to stay home with Neymar now going to the World Cup. But
yeah.
yeah, it's harsh on him. It is. But yeah, in the end, he got 18 goals in all competitions, which is not bad. 18 goals, 15 goals in 35 games. That's not a bad return
But but
for João Pedro.
it's more available than Neymar will be. Like Neymar is
Yeah.
it's like taking a premium car that gets broken very quickly out for a road trip.
Mm,
Then you leave your well-maintained car at home.
mm.
Yeah.
It is, I guess it is, but it is Neymar Junior. To be fair, to be fair, it is me.
No, but
It
also
is Neymar Junior. So
no, but no,
yeah.
but I'm tired of this. I'm tired of these players getting what they want. That's because of their name. Like if it was Messi who has been injury prone, Messi should be left at home because and
Mm,
they should select a better player. Pedro deserves to be in the World Cup. Neymar, I've never seen what Neymar has done in the last 4 years, except from being injured and not winning much trophies than Japredo has.
mm.
Japredo is more
That is
available.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. I
And
hear you.
remember this World Cup, there's one extra game they're playing. That's round of 32 before they go to final. And they need every
Mm,
man. Look at it,
yeah.
Neymar is already missing the first game of the World Cup. Japredo will have
Mm,
played the first game of the World Cup. So even though I'm a rival fan, that is injustice for the man. And Neymar should have been left at home and told sorry, you're not fit enough, and
mm,
it's your fault for not playing your last World Cup.
yeah. Yeah.
It is harsh,
Maybe.
but it is
Maybe.
how the world is.
Maybe that should have been the call. But be up to the Chelsea fan. And I'm doing good, thank you. Hope you're
I'm
good
also
as
doing
well,
good.
Chelsea fan. Yeah, it's definitely not a footballer, Liam Delap. Signed for 35 million. I thought we've got a really good player here in Liam Delap, but yeah, he's just awful, isn't he? Club World Cup, I saw a bit of potential. I was like, yeah, it is something to work with. And then it just never materialized, unfortunately. So, yeah. But Chelsea, not really anyone had a good season, you could say, when you finish 10th. Um,
I feel like
I
someone
say there
has
was offered. I don't really know.
Estavo
As,
from Brazil.
yeah, he was good when he was playing, but
Yeah.
then again under Enzo Maresca, he wasn't getting um, 2 games
Mm.
back to back, um, and that also hurt him because and hurt the team in a way as well. Oh,
Yeah, but
but
also let be honest, Chelsea, you're like a forest with too many trees. You have too many players, and you need to cut down your players. If Chelsea wants to become a proper club, you need a balance between experienced players and upcoming players. So I feel like under Zabi, you guys need to do a lot of sales. Otherwise, Zabi will go through the same issue that Enzo did, that Liam did. There are too many young players in your squad and too little experienced players. And that will hurt Chelsea next season. But again, I love that to hurt Chelsea since this is a rivals show. Yes.
yeah, uh, yeah. It's long, man. It's long. It's a long season. It
Yeah, it's
was
going
a
to be a
really
long
long
season next
season.
season. Yeah.
Of course, Nicholas Jackson. I don't think he would have made much of a difference with how the season turned out to be. In the end, I just feel like we were. Yeah, I just think we had a bad season, a horrible season. I don't think Nicholas Jackson would have made much of a difference. Look at him, at that whole saga. So yeah, of course he might be coming back. And then Liam Rossignol, an absolute horrible manager, aka man age with aging men. The most stupid. Might be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard someone say.
Wait,
Um,
is Liam that manager that they say is Mr. LinkedIn? Or well, we didn't do this because it's my fault. This and this.
Now that is Arbalawa. That's Arbalawa.
Oh,
Um, yeah, yeah.
but there's a manager they call Mr. LinkedIn.
I think it's I think it's Arbalawa. Arbalawa. I'm not sure. But yeah, no. Uh, it is man age. He's aging men. Liam Rossignol. That is his
Aging
quote. We man age. If we break it up, we're aging men, people.
aging
That
man, aging
yeah.
man.
Um. Well, it might be aging kids because I don't know. Half of our locker room is 18-year-olds most of the time. Uh.
Most of
So
them
yeah,
are most of them are university kids that should have been in university at that time, university and high
yeah.
schoolers. So basically, you are basically like an educational facility,
We are.
football
We are
club.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Mm.
are because not many of our players are over 25. But to be fair, they are getting there and they are getting experience. Now we just need a proper manager to manage us. Um, come on, in Chelsea, no trophies, no Champions Leagues in
Yeah.
over
Act- Actually, Arsenal
5,000
can next trophy.
years. That's rough, man. Imagine winning no Champions League, playing the most amount of games in a Champions League by a single team and winning nothing. Imagine your star boy losing every final he started in. That's
Wow,
rough.
it's sad.
Star boy.
It,
He started
and
FA
imagine,
Cup 2020, 2020. No, he didn't start in that final. That's the only reason why they won. If he would have started or played in that one, they would have lost. So yeah, he's an absolute dud. Um,
man,
but yeah,
and also
you are correct
imagine
with that
trying
statement.
and also imagine trying to copy Chelsea's or Hood FC and not winning a trophy with it. Is it
To be
Madden
fair, they did.
FC?
To be fair, they did win a trophy with Man MFC. They won the Premier League, so
Yeah, no, but they haven't won a major trophy, continental. For you guys, you have won
Continental,
what,
yeah.
Champions League?
European wise, yeah. That's
Yeah,
rough.
like
Imagine
with
not
your
winning
like
anything.
with your Adam FC, you guys ended up winning a European trophy. So
Yeah. We won the Club World Cup. We became world champions. So please respect the world champions, even though we finished 10th. World champions nonetheless. We are world
uh,
champions. So
and the next time
yeah.
Arsenal gets to even be world champions is what, the next 8 years or something like that. But anyway,
Maybe then they will only be in the final, though. That's a big thing. Who's to say they will win it? Maybe they will only be in the final then. But yeah, Chelsea, Enzo Maresca, of course, left or got sacked in the end just because of the fact that he clashed with the board too much. He stood up to the board or too much, and I think that's really the big reason. And also him, I think he knew he was gonna get the City job, the Manchester City job, so he needed to find a way out of the contract, and it was probably his way. He thought of kick up a
no, but
fuss and then get sacked,
no,
right?
but is that not
Because
unprofessional though?
that is very unprofessional. But again, it might not be proven. So, and
No,
if we
but
get
but
money
also
for what it is, what it is.
no, but also I think to play the devil's advocate, let's be
Mm,
honest, the City know that if you want to get a manager, you first start with you first come to Chelsea and ask Chelsea, can we have direct talks with their manager behind? That is a
mm.
professional way to do it. Now City did not do that, and City went behind your back and had talks with their manager. So
Mm,
technically, you guys have a case to argue about
yeah,
compensation because,
yeah.
and then
Uh,
also, Chelsea should also sue Enzo Maresca because he should not be having talks with potential employers when he's still employed to one club.
mm.
Yeah,
No, definitely. And I think that is why Manchester City themselves haven't announced Enzo Maresca as their manager yet because they still need to sort out the compensation in regards to us, and now they do it. So um yeah, horrible season. Um a season to forget in most ways. Of course, FA Cup semi final, unfortunately, or FA Cup final, unfortunately, lost out on that. Carabao Cup semi final, lost that against both Man City and Arsenal, respectively. So I think yet again a loss at Wembley for the mighty Chelsea. Just can't get over the Wembley curse. And yeah, it's one that's starting to become irritating because every time we try to win or try to go far in the domestics, we just keep on losing in a final. So it's getting irritating, and we need to try and get over that curse. So yeah, Chelsea with the path forward, I don't know how it will look if you have a quick look into the future. Of course, Xabi Alonso announced as Chelsea manager. He'll be beginning his work next month on the 1st of July, I believe. He'll begin working, or on the 4th of July, something like that. And to be fair, I think he's a very good manager. Xabi Alonso. He's not my favorite manager in the world, but he is a very good manager. So I think you still have to back him and believe in him. I think he's right now looking at the um, at the people that is there. Um, all managers that are available, he's definitely up there in terms of the top two, top three best managers right now that is available. So, oh yeah, um, I think that is the way. In Chabi we trust, but who knows?
Yeah. My honest thought about you guys appointing Zabi. Zabi is a good manager. To be honest, kudos to your your owners getting a PR manager, but also Zabi's system requires investment, heavy
Mm,
investment, and with you guys being out of European Europe for the first season, I obviously we know that Chelsea owners are willing to spend money like City, but you guys have to be careful because you're not like City where you can spend money and not get caught. And you have seen that happen before. And so with Chelsea, the issue is how can we back Enzo? No, how can we back Zabi and not get caught because his system requires a lot of investment, and not just investment in in upcoming kids, investment in elite technical kids and balance. You also need experienced players. You need to buy a goalkeeper, experienced goalkeeper like that AC Milan goalkeeper that you are linked to in the summer, and
mm,
you need a balance. This thing of buying youth is what cost you this summer. And if you just went for
mm,
experience mature signings, you guys could have finished actually comfortably in top four. But he
yeah,
decided to still
agree.
stick with the philosophy. I don't know why he even bought Garnacho. There are better players than Garnacho, I'll be honest.
Who
And
knows?
yeah, actually, there are better players than Garnacho. But anyway, so
Much
either
better.
way, it
Who
is.
knows? Who knows why we
Yeah, who
signed
knows?
him?
Yeah, yeah, who
But
knows?
yeah, like you said, I think it's gonna take lots of investment, and that's why I like the fact that we only play. I kind of like the fact that we're only playing one game a season with him because it gives him time to implement his ways. And so maybe it will be good for us. So
Yeah,
yeah, but
but
um,
but this summer,
horrendous
but this
season.
summer, but this summer, I feel like you guys should focus more on selling than buying.
Um, yeah, I think we're gonna let go of definitely a few players, and we have to. So I agree on that part.
No, it's not about a
So
few players. You need to sell a lot of, like, your squad is too
yeah,
big for one manager to manage. Like, you know how in high school they they look at a class and then say one teacher cannot handle 70 students. So
mhm,
that's the same at a football club. One one teacher cannot handle like 50 to 60 upcoming students who are young, energetic, and those other things. And Zabi cannot handle that. So need to,
mm, yeah, I agree. I agree. That's
yeah,
true. Um, but moving on from the mighty Chelsea to Manchester United, who had a very bad start to the season, but in the end, a very good season for Manchester United. How?
yeah. So my point of view, Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos, you should be ashamed of yourself for not sacking Ruben Amorim at the start of the season. That start that we had to this season was horrible start, and you should be ashamed of yourself for not being ruthless and not having some teeth in the transfer window, and not getting rid of Onana. Look at it. This summer, Onana is coming back. Rashford is coming back, all because of this loan to buy things. That's because these clubs know that it can lowball United into low negotiation points, and we need to have teeth. Yeah, so this season has been a rough season for United. Onana, I don't want Onana back at my club. Onana, he can come back to Manchester to pack the rest of your bags and leave to Turkey. Then not to come back to Manchester to stay, to leave back to Turkey. And Onana is the reason why we got knocked out of the Carabao Cup. That performance was the lowest point of my career, of this season. Watching Robert Amorim's game was the lowest point in the season, and also I want to give Ineos credit for the Premier League philosophy of signing proven players. Sesko, Mbomo, Konya were good signings, especially Laments. He was a better upgrade to Onana than we've ever had. Lament we should have bought him instead of Onana when we were replacing David De Gea. And kudos to that. And Ineos, that's what you get for listening to your scouts, to your goalkeeper coach. Imagine if you had listened to our goalkeeper scouts back then when we were replacing David De Gea, we will have signed Laments instead of Onana. We'll have signed other better players. And now Ineos, listen to more to your scouts. They know what they talk about. That's why they are professionals in their roles. Yeah, and that's why you hired them to do that job. So don't be arrogant. Don't be arrogant and not listen to them. So listen to them because they know what they're doing as well. And Michael Carrick, it was a good appointment. He he changed United very much. He went back to a back four, which is what United is used to traditionally. I don't know what Ruben was thinking, changing our back four club to a back three. It is a recipe for disaster. And I'm just hoping this summer that whatever Ineos does to that midfield, Ineos fixes our midfield, fixes our agent, and also buys a fullback as well. And I might sound a bit wrong here, but with the points United had dropped this season, I feel like United could have challenged for the title better than City, ge- better than the competition City gave for Arsenal because the points we have dropped with the games that we lost points and where we could have won, I see we could have finished way above City did. So
Yeah, I think you guys could have definitely challenged if you sacked that fraud Amaron earlier in the season. Like if you take
yeah,
how Carrick season went, Carrick spot,
mm,
if you add just 5 or 10 more games onto that, let's say 5 more games,
no,
it's a 10 to 5 more games onto that. It's a very good it's a United are challenging for the league because at the end of the day, Ruben Amorim costed you guys most of the season.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, no, it was very
Actually,
good job by
I feel like
Carrick.
if we sacked Ruben in the first international break and brought in
If you just
Carrick,
if you just didn't let him continue a season, you guys should have sacked him after the Europa League final loss because
yeah, no,
losing a
but
European final to Tottenham, that is straight up embarrassing.
and
That's
actually,
that's like PSG losing. Like imagine PSG lost to Arsenal. That
yeah,
like you don't come on now. You don't do that, especially a
yeah,
Tottenham team that finished 17th that season in the Premier League.
yeah,
Like
I
it's
agree with you.
disgraceful.
Yeah, I agree with you, Hano, that it is disgraceful. I actually was calling for Ruben to be sacked at that time, and with these owners, they don't have teeth. They, they rather save the money and wait until where it is cheaper to sack a man than expensive to sack the man. Like, how many times has United lost a final and not sacked a man like Eric Ten Hag? we after Eric Ten Hag won us FA Cup, we could have sacked him afterwards and told and went to appoint a better manager than Eric Ten Hag at that time.
Mhm.
Same as Ruben Amorim, we could have sacked Ruben after the Europa League final and appoint a better manager. But we decided to prolong or wait to play the waiting game so that the compensation can reduce. We are too stingy with our money, and that's the thing. And
Mm.
that's what worries me about this transfer window is it's not about I wasn't too worried about who we get as our next manager. I was more worried about who do we bring in as our signings. Because at this point I got tired of who's going to be United's next manager because it's the same thing. It doesn't matter whether you bring in Jose Mourinho, Klopp, or Pep Guardiola. If you don't back the man, and the man will end up like the other ones did. And at the end of the day, what matters to me is the signings that we bring in to bring United from point A to point B, not the manager.
Mm. Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you. I do think United are in a very good position. You guys signing Premier League players is also a good thing, and a strategy I think Chelsea should adopt because
no,
that's just
actually back
smart
then United
business.
used to sign Premier League players.
Just sign the best in the league, and then you should be fine. So now
Yeah, and it
it's
used to
good.
be.
It's a, mm, so
Yeah,
yeah.
and back then
Um.
it used to be what United used to dominate the league. We used to sign domestic players. And if we manage to sign Matthias Fernandez this summer and we bring in another domestic player like Tonali, our engine is fixed a bit and we can focus on our fullback like Lewis Hall. I feel like if we
mm,
focus on domestic and bring in a bit of international here and there, balance is important and United will be back. Maybe not next summer, next season, but we'll be back to win the league. We could win the league in the next two seasons. Yeah,
if the big challenge is gonna be how you guys handle the full competitions, because like we said in first episode and in this episode, you you lost you played 40 games this season or
yeah,
41 games this season, give or take.
yes,
That's 20 games less than what City also 20 plus games less than what we played. So it's definitely uh, a big yeah, it's a big it's not a concern, it's a big like question mark almost on Michael Carrick and Manchester United. How will you guys handle 3 games this season? Sorry, for all 4 comps. Yeah, just
yeah, and
yeah, do
yeah.
smash the
Big up
like
to
button
Chelsea
and
fan.
subscribe, people.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Hano. I was mentioning this to other United content creators. Is when I look at how United plays under Carrick, we don't have the stamina to finish one game properly. Like you know how we can have United has this thing of 45 minutes United can play horrible football, another 45 minutes United can play beautiful football. We don't have that consistency or that stamina to play at least 60 minutes, and that's what worries me. If one game a week, we are a 45-minute team, what about when we are 3 games a week team? How will we play? Will our stamina drop? Because I'll be honest, our aggression ever since Ruben left has also gone down a bit. I don't know whether it is Carrick being soft on the players because he was caretaker manager, but I'd like to see whether how Carrick handles our aggression when he becomes when he's when he takes over as full manager next season. But anyway, we'll see about that. Yeah, and hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully we win a trophy next season. But I know for sure next season we're not winning a Premier League or a trophy, but hopefully we can win a domestic cup
Yeah,
next
and I
season.
think you guys should be challenging for domestic league trophy.
Yeah, actually,
Definitely.
domestic cups should be a minimum. Like you know how in Bayern Munich winning the league is a minimum for United. For now on, winning a domestic cup should be a minimum on qualifying for Champions League. If none of those two happen, our manager should be removed.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
yeah. And
Yeah.
also the
No.
same thing
I
for
agree.
Chelsea as well.
Yeah. No. It goes for us as well. We have to win something. Um. So yeah. But
Otherwise, our two clubs will end up like Arsenal, where we'll have to
mm,
wait for 7 to 8 seasons to win our trophy, and we don't want that. We
we
need to
don't
set
want that.
our status up. Yeah.
We have to. Yeah. We have to up the standards. Definitely. Fully agree on that. Um. So yeah. But what do you make of the players and the new signings you guys made and the season? Sesko, Cunha, who else did you guys sign? And Buemo.
Yeah.
Um,
Clemens,
who else? Yeah, all your guys'
Lamens.
new signing. What do you make of them?
Sesko is a good signing. I think Sesko still needs a mentor, a very good backup. Yeah, so that the pressure is not on him too much next season. Like the same thing as Holland. Man, Holland fell into that pressure of being United's main striker, and with United selling Zaxi next season, United selling Zaxi this summer, we need a backup striker in place because I'm looking at Obomo. Obomo cannot play backup striker role very well. So it will be it's either Sesko goes to one season without injury and playing 3 competitions, game in, game out, or we find a backup striker to help Sesko, like a Welbeck or Matata. But he's a good signing. He's a very good signing, and he's one of the reasons he's a level improvement of the striker we have had last season. Yeah, way better than Holland was. Yeah, and yeah. So Cunha is a good left winger. Cunha, it took him a bit long to adjust to United. I think it was until the Manchester derby where we found the real Cunha, the Cunha that we loved back then. And yeah, I think it was big club pressure that Cunha experienced a bit for the first time.
Pause.
Yeah.
World Cup winners, people. We're gonna win the World Cup. Trust.
Yeah, so I think it's that for Cunha is pressure for signing for the big club. But apart from that, Cunha has also improved. He's a good signing. Abomo, my issue with Abomo is a bit of fitness. Like with Brentford, he didn't have much of a preseason. So with Abomo, we can see where he doesn't have the stamina to last a game, or does it? Or some point you can see he's getting tired, so it could be lack of a precision. So maybe if he gets a precision with United and work on his fitness, he could see a fitter Abumo this season coming up. But Abumo needs a better competitor for his sport. Ahmad Ahmad is 50-50 there and there. Laments obviously were better than Onana is. So I think the signings were very good signings. They are better than last summer signings were the summer
Okay.
before the summer. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good, man. We've got how long are we in? We usually want to go an hour. We are how long are we in? We're 39 minutes, 40 minutes in. You want to talk signings or a bit of World Cup? Let's talk a bit of signings. Just
Mm.
quickly.
Uh, I,
What do you
have
make
you mentioned about
of
yours?
signings? We'll can start with Chelsea signings. So, as the, of course, we're looking. Of course, Javi Alonso is coming in. Talked about that. I don't know how. Um, what is it? There's not really talk about the signings right now. Enzo Fernandez, Marco Corella, they're the two guys that look like they might be on their way out, and might be leaving this summer. So I don't know how that will affect the squad, especially if both leave. I think that's a massive detriment to our squad. But, so yeah, and other than that, there's nothing really else about signings or anything like that in terms of Chelsea. I know, of course, United. Good question here from Chelsea fan asking what's going to happen to
Yeah.
Rashford.
Yeah, I feel like Rashford is like how Anthony rejected all other bids until he got his move to Betis.
Mm,
I see that happening with Rashford. I think
okay.
it is a situation where Rashford wants Barcelona, but Barcelona doesn't want to pay the fee of getting Rashford on a permanent deal. So Barcelona will tell Rashford to reject all other bids, as a way to pressure United to lower the fee. And United being United, United will bow down to Barcelona's low expectations and sell Rashford for 15 million. And Barcelona wins in the end. Yeah.
Uh, uh, well, if it goes to Barca, that will be very good, I think, for both of them. Right.
No,
Rashford at
it will be
Barca, he
very
was cooking. Was
it will be
cooking at
very good.
Barca.
It will be very good for the selling club and for the buying club and the player. But Barcelona's are frauds. What do you mean you cannot pay 35 million for Barcelona for Rashford, where you're spending 70 million on an English kid on the left winger? Surely, but Rashford is half the fee of Gordon, and you cannot afford Rashford. They're
Mm.
playing frauds on that, and United should stand on his ground and tell Barcelona. In fact, they should increase the offer to 45 million, because you can surely you have 70 million in the bank account. You have clearly shown that you have 70 million in the bank account to sign Gordon, so you can afford 45 million for an improved Rashford.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they will be signing anyone. I saw somewhere, don't know how reliable it is, that they can't keep up with the expenses um, of the Camp Nou, the renovations. So that's they need more money from investors, I believe, to finish the Camp Nou. Not sure how true that is, but I read that somewhere. So yeah, and in terms of incomings, of course, you guys signed Edison. You happy with him?
Mm. Yeah, Ederson, I see him as a replacement for Ugarte. If Ederson becomes a replacement for Casemiro, for sure, I'll travel to Manchester and I'll protest. He should not be a replacement for Casemiro. I'll
but
protest and I'll tell Sergi Ratcliffe to get out of the club, because that is fraud behavior for sure. He
mm,
cannot.
but are you happy with Edison as a player and as a signing?
It depends on what United views him as. Is he a signing to replace? If he's a signing to replace Ugarte, I'm happy with that. But if he's a signing to replace Casemiro,
No.
I'll start doubting how sane Sir Jim Ratcliffe is.
Okay. Would you
Yeah.
rather want Mateus Fernandez as the replacement for Casemiro?
No, I see Matthias Fernandez as a backup to Bruno.
Okay, back up to Bruno. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know him.
because
I saw news of him, but I don't know Mateus Fernandez. I've never. Who does he even play? Mateus Fernandez.
he plays for West Ham. He plays for
Oh,
West Ham. He's like a I think he's like a minor version of Kobe Menu. He plays in the
ah,
center
okay.
midfielder and more his strengths are more of attacking and he loves
Mm,
Bruno Fernandes. So that I'm saying he can be a backup to Bruno. I see him as a long-term replacement for Bruno.
okay.
And that's what a proactive club does. Sign replacement early. United take note, please. Yeah. And if I'm going to talk about replacement for Casemiro, I'll sign somebody like Tunali.
Okay.
Tunali, yeah. If it's possible to sign Tunali, yes. If not possible, I'll sign Chouameni because surely, with the way the
Mm,
Madrid situation is going in that midfield, they'll most likely sign a defensive midfielder, and Chouameni will be up for surplus.
okay. Yeah. No. Definitely. Um. We'll see what happens with that. Um. So yeah. Anyone you want to bring in from your perspective?
Uh, for
From for United, who do you want to bring in? So any like signings you definitely want them to bring in?
Yeah, I want United to to sign Matthias Fernandez, um, Tonali, either one of
Mm.
Tonali or Germany, and then we sign a left back. We sign a left back in Lewis Hall, if it's possible. I know that's not possible. If that's not possible, then we can go for a very difficult deal, but I feel United can persuade somebody like Hakimi to leave PSG.
Mm.
Hakimi has already
That's a
won
bit too
everything.
optimistic.
Okay, maybe
Uh,
somebody like Luke Hall then.
yeah,
But
Lewis Hall.
yeah, but I don't think United will sign Elliot Anderson. He's too expensive. I don't see he's not worth 120 million. If he signs for United, he will be another Anthony situation. Where
Mm.
Anthony was not meant to be signed for 80 million. I see him, I valued him at 40 million that time when he was being signed, and Elliot Anderson, I value him at 60 million. So
Yeah, Elliot Anderson, I think, is going to Man City unless
yeah,
Man United drop 100 or 90 million bid and get out, drop like a bid and then raise up the price and then City bids. So yeah.
if United does that, then I'll start to doubt what Sir Jim is doing because paying 100 million for a guy like Elliot doesn't make sense.
No, I would say just drop a bid, and then you see what happens. Maybe, and then City go for the higher bid, so then you just raise the price.
No, I feel like what United should do is just drop a bid of 8 million to just test the water. Yeah.
But City got a 80 million bid rejected for Elliot Anderson, so you're gonna
Yeah,
have to
but
go
anyway,
above 80 million.
okay, he can drop a bid of 80 million plus 5 million additions, add-ons.
In add-ons. I love it. Oh no! The Arsene Wenger tactic: 80 million and £1.
And £1,
Okay.
yeah.
Um, I don't know any is there any Chelsea news. Maybe Chelsea fans can help me out, but I don't
Uh,
think there is.
I think the only Chelsea news are exits. Seems like your
Yeah,
players are protesting about
yeah. Enzo
the
Fernandez and
your left back
Marco Corella. Those are the two almost that look to be going out.
and Palmer.
Palmer is not really going. He's not gonna
No,
go.
Joao Predo is linked to
Yeah,
Barcelona.
maybe. That's if somebody buys gives me 70 million for him. So I doubt he's going. Speaking of João Pedro and Cole Palmer, did you see their feature in the Madonna video? Did you see
Oh
their
yeah,
feature?
I
I
saw the
think
feature.
I think to end the stream on a laughing note, let's react. João Pedro, Cole Palmer, don't know. So okay, let's just okay. What she dropped the album. The thing is, they're both not in the World Cup, so that is how she. Let's
Yeah,
see. Where is that? It's a
but
very long
anyway,
music video. Yeah,
if
go
I'm
ahead.
being honest, I feel like there's something about this World Cup that doesn't give World Cup vibes. Like you know how
Mm.
2022 you're more excited for this World Cup, but now it is one day to a World Cup and everything feels normal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
This World Cup doesn't feel like a World Cup at all.
yeah,
It's real.
yeah. With is it because of it being hosted in a world in a place that bombs people?
Might be. I don't know. I don't know. Do you think we will get copyright? Surely we won't get
Yeah, I
copyright.
think we will. You can send to me on WhatsApp.
We
I'll view it
we
later on.
won't play the music, just the video. So just see the video. There's uh,
Yeah,
I doubt we will get
hopefully
copyright.
soon. Yeah,
Let's
so
just
I saw
look at João
Japredo.
Pedro's reaction. That's the look at him. Hold up. Look at look at his face. That guy's man. And I don't know what Cole Palmer is doing. It's just like
No, it like
uh,
gangster vibes.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what Cole Palmer's doing in that, but yeah, that that I think that's the way we're gonna end it off. Um,
Yeah,
of course, I've got my stream at 8 p.m. UK time, 9 p.m. South African time. We're gonna look forward to the Cricket World Cup. Mohadin saying looking forward to tonight, 9 p.m. Hopefully, I will be seeing you in the chat. We're gonna be discussing the Women's Cricket World Cup. It's coming up on Friday as well. Um, the on the channel will be both the women's and the men's. Well, be both the Women's Cricket World Cup and then the FIFA World Cup, of course. Um, and Carl, what do you have coming up on your channel?
eh, obviously for my channel we are currently on a break for because me and the lads we have had a long season, so most of the things will be co-streamed of live watch-alongs with Hano, the other lads for group stage. Apart from that, from the football overseas channel, we'll be seeing mostly game week one prediction, game week two, game week three, but we'll be seeing more of a content in the knockout stage for the World Cup. It's more of like a chilled World Cup, but apart from that, yeah, we'll be having a 1K subscriber celebration stream soon, coming up towards the end of June. And yeah, if for those who haven't subscribed to the to our channels, Hano and my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also share with your friends, family members. Don't be stingy and be kind. And also it helps us to also commenting down helps us to see what to work on as we look to improve our channels ahead of a busy next season, right, Hano?
Yeah, yeah, next season. To be fair,
Yeah,
I don't know.
so
I
if
don't know what
our
the plan is. I'm
so if
just
our
getting
fans
June. I'm focusing on June. That's how far my head is at.
Yeah. So,
Right
yeah.
now.
So
So
if our fans comment more, it will help us to see what they like and what they don't like ahead of
true.
next season. Yeah. So
But yeah.
for sure, our channels are made by fans for fans. So
Mm,
yeah.
but
Apart
yeah.
from that, there's
Um.
nothing else.
Yeah. Fair enough. Of course, the World Cup, FIFA World Cup, we will be streaming it similar to the AFCON. We're gonna try and cover each game. We're gonna try and cover each one. Um. So yeah, and then looking ahead, um, Women's Cricket World Cup, we'll be covering some of the games, some of the big games. That's mostly it. Other than that, yeah, that's the content that's coming up. Of course, this podcast will be next week. Will be on Carl's channel. His channel is not linked in the title. Why is it not? Thought I linked it in the title. I will quickly drop the link for it and also add it to the title. Um, I thought it was there, but I guess it's not.
I
Apologies.
feel offended. I feel offended that's not in the description. With the way I work hard to make sure your links are always first below before mine.
Well,
Whenever we consume.
it will be now in the title, Football Overseas. It's in the title, so go subscribe to him. You guys should, if you refresh. If you go click in and out of the video, it is there. I will drop the link to Football Overseas right now. So yeah, and then yeah, that's really.
Yeah,
Let me copy and second. Just copy and paste it on. Post Carl is on 1K, I believe. Close to that
yeah,
goal.
and I think you've just lost a subscriber.
I don't know. Okay. I had a good time talking to my Chelsea United.
Yeah,
Thought it from 900. That's going to be the aim this month to get to 900 sub.
yeah,
Um,
and you will soon. Yeah, big up to Mohan, big up to Martin, big up to Kam, and big up to
mm,
Shosh as well in the
yeah, but
building,
yeah,
and big up to Hano in the building, and big up to Kyle. And that's a wrap. I'll see you guys for episode 3 on the
yeah.
Football Officers channel. Yeah, I'll let Hano
Cheers.
end it as you wrap it up, Hano.
Yeah, man. Nothing else to say. See you guys tonight for the Women's Cricket World Cup stream, and then tomorrow for Bafana gonna cook Mexico. So we'll be there. So yeah, cheers, people. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you all later.